Hey guys, what's up? Ivo Remo McLean for life. I'm back for more movie reviews in Friday the 13th series. Today I'm going to rant this movie, Jason X, which is the 10th movie in the franchise. This is the poster, Jason X. This movie was released in 2001 in Spain, but in the US was actually released in 2002. But it's actually just gonna be titled Jason X The Rant 2001. And you know what? This movie fucking sucks! It sucks! This movie is a piece of trash! It sucks! It's a piece of trash stinker. This is so shitty, horrible story, awful acting. It fucking sucks. It was god awful. I barely make it was boring. It was so slow and sluggish. The pacing was so slow. The shitty story, terrible acting. Jason X, in my opinion, is the worst in the franchise. And as bad as Jason Takes Manhattan is, this is worse. And even that piece of trash movie, I have to really apologize to Adam Marcus for ranting 5 years ago and trashing Jason Goes to Hell. That movie is not even bad. This movie is not bad. It's a really good movie. I like it. This movie is worse. This movie is 1,000 times worse than Jason Goes to Hell. I like this film. This one sucks. The reason why this movie was even made was because to keep continue ongoing franchise for the fans. It was a cash grab only to entertain fans, And I know that some people like this film. It's a guilty pleasure of theirs. It's not, in my opinion. This is simply the worst one of all 12 movies. The worst one. And back in 2017, I said this is guilty pleasure of mine, and I hated it, this movie. But now my opinion changed because I thought I did not expect that this movie will turn that good. This movie sucked. The reason was because they wanted, for the years, they actually wanted to do Freddy with Jason. It was Friday the 13th franchise was actually an 8 long years on hiatus until this movie was released. New Line Cinema really sucked. They really fucked up. Evil gets an upgrade. Fuck this movie. Todd Farmer wrote the shitty story set in 2008. Jason once again is a fucking alive. They try to do everything, blowing up. They try to do everything. So this shitty goddamn actress, Lexa Doink, that's a bitch. She's a shitty actress. She cannot act. She's one of the worst actors of all time. They try to froze. Actually, you know what? This movie fucking it actually stole the scenes and the ideas from Demolition Man and from Aliens. They stole everything. And it was just shitty movie, shitty acting by everyone. Kane Hodder returns as a Jason, as Uber Jason. Fuck this movie. I can't stand this movie. I think that a lot of people can't stand this film. It was painful to watch this movie. It was a torture to watch this movie. This movie really tortured me. It was painful to watch this movie. And as bad as Friday the 13th Part 8 is, Jason Takes Manhattan, this movie, this film is worse. I guarantee you it's worse. Some people say, guilty pleasure, I'm sorry, it's not mine anymore. It's the worst of the 12 movies. It fucking sucks. What do I expect? I expect to be a good movie. I expect to be a guilty pleasure, man. No. I'm sorry, but this is a rant, and Jason X just stinks, This is a piece of cash grab stinker, a trash, a garbage, and Todd Farmer wrote this garbage. Directed by Jim Isaacs. Sean S. Cunningham was a producer. I don't know what the fuck they were even doing in this film. Now this is actually the scene when it took an hour. An hour it took the scene that this chick, Lisa Ryder, she was fighting Jason. It took an hour, almost 1 hour, 10 minutes. Then this picture was actually set, when this black guy, goes and stabs him. Lexa Doig supposed to be the main star of the film. No, she sucked. She didn't do almost jack shit about this film. So set in 2008, a group of soldiers, they try to capture as an experiment Jason. Jason kills everyone. Lexa Doig goes and she goes into cryo prison and she throws Jason at Jason with a metal machete, goes through the metal, which is impossible, and stabs Lexa Doig. They both die. So now the year is now 2455 in the space. So a group of I'm just gonna call it space marines, they actually found Lexa Doig and Jason. They put them on ship. I'll just call it an alien, ongoing alien. They go on the ship, they find them. They actually go on the ship and they start frozen the woman, Lexa Doig. She wakes up, Jason wakes up, he starts killing everyone. Jason wakes up, he starts killing everyone, and he goes like on the fucking ship, and he starts killing when the crew finds this out. Just like in Aliens, the space marines, they try to kill Jason. Jason picks them one by one, kills them. It's impossible to defeat Jason in this movie because he's a cyborg Jason. So by the end of 1 hour, when there's this bitch try to get away, she blows everyone. And this guy, he calls this cyborg chick to defeat Jason. She does, she defeats him. Then Jason somehow from the computer gets alive. He becomes a cyborg, Uber Jason now. He starts killing once again people until this black guy, this vet or something, goes and fights him up. And they both land on the earth, and that basically is the fucking story. And yeah, and of course, Jason knocks this girl's down. Her head stays in it, and she goes, and the head stays in it, and Lexa Doig survives. This guy with KM survives, and by the end, I can't anymore. I can't take it. This movie sucks. This movie is a piece of trash movie. It's a garbage movie. Todd Farmer wrote this garbage. He's a shitty writer, and the director Jim Isaac, I think he said as a producer, sucked. He failed. For 1 hour, 31 minutes, it was so boring, slow, that CGI effects sucked. I mean, Jason in the space does not work. I think that I can't stand this movie anymore. I'm not gonna watch this movie ever again, Jason in space just does not work. The story, for the shit acting, it wasn't well executed. It was just shitty story. It was boring. It was so slow and sluggish. Death scenes are shitty. I think he grabbed this blonde chick and he tries to frozen her. Then a group of Marines try to defeat Jason. It just does not work. Everything about this shitty film does not work. This movie is a piece of shit movie. It's a garbage movie. It's a trash movie. I did make a few stuff in it. So the costume designer was Maxine Baker. That's what was right in the movie when I wrote down. So visual effects supervisor was Kelly Lepkowski. By the way, good job, Kelly. You fucked up. You sucked. visual effects supervisor. Digital, actually, it was, the digital film and visual effects were done by all Toy Box, and supervisor was Kelly Lepowski. Well, good job. You just ruined the fucking film. Sean S. Cunningham and Jim Isaacs were once again executive producers. Writer Todd Farmer, directed by Jim Isaac, who screwed up. And yeah, music composer was Harry Manfredini, and Kane Hodder returns as Jason, but this is the last time he returns. But sadly, Kane Hodder could not save this movie from drowning. This movie sucked. So they do a visual effects in which, Jason is now in a Crystal Lake 1980. There are two campers and he goes, and by the way, they stole the scene from this movie when Jason grabs a sleeping bag, supposed to be a gun in it, and he barges in the tree. They stole that scene from this movie. And people are saying how bad this movie is. People are saying how bad this movie is. Watch this movie. Check this movie out. Oh, this movie is bad. No, it's not. This one is bad. Check this movie out. I mean, everyone on the set was terrible. It was awful. It was wooden movie. The death scenes, they don't say this film. It was boring. It was slow paced. This movie goes so slow. I really have to apologize to the first movie when I said in my review it's slow. I don't think so. Yeah, it's slow, but at least the story is good. The story is good. Tom Savini did a great job with special effects, much better than this cheap trash movie. This film looks like a cheap trash movie, more a cheap direct-to-video movie. That's how it looks like. It's not set in Crystal Lake, it's set in space. I mean, Jesus, a Nightmare on Elm Street franchise didn't have so bad movies, and yet that remake or reboot is bad. This movie is worse. This movie really is a pile of garbage, a pile of shit. That's what I call it. And I know some people liked it. I mean, yeah, for them, it's a good movie. I'm sorry. It's not mine. It's not in my book. This movie is just god-awful, shitty acting performance. The story makes no sense. Todd Farmer wrote this garbage. Terrible shit. You will get an upgrade. Uber Jason. This is, I think, by many people rank this movie the worst one, or the bottom of the franchise, and I have to say this is the worst one I saw. This movie was pile of shit, was garbage from back to... So, all the space marines on the ship, they tried to defeat, just like in Alien, which it stole scenes from Alien. They tried to defeat Jason. Jason, kills one by one. There's this guy who knows karate, and he uses his martial arts on Jason. Jason punches him, and he shows him off the bridge. The guy stabs himself, and then he's like spinning around, and Jason stands there. Or these two guys, they actually have simulation, program, and Jason walks like a fucking dead zombie. He is, like a shitty dead zombie and he looks like bold, and then he goes cuts them with a machete. Or even the open scene when they actually stole, the scene from Aliens. When this rescue team saves Ripley. After 55 years in her space, in this movie, they rescue Lexa Doik and Jason goes and cuts this guy's arm, and somehow they make that the arms grows back, which is unrealistic. It's a bland film, it's a boring film, the story makes no sense, the acting is shitty, even the victims are shitty in this movie. Boring movie, slow-paced movie. The special effects does not save this movie by drowning. Um, I think it's one of the worst ideas. Jason in space does not work. This is one of the worst ideas they actually had. Just one of the worst, one of the worst sci-fi horror movies. I think that sci-fi does not work in this film with the horror. I think they should just start. I think they should just stop doing this kind of movies like that. I think it was a bad idea. But yeah, New Line Cinema, they didn't give a fuck about it. They only wanted to have the cash grab. I think this movie made $90 million, even more than Jason Goes to Hell, but only because it was so bad. It received negative reviews and it was served them right. No one of the cast you can see naked. They all suck. This guy who plays a professor, this guy, sucks. You don't even see the gory scene. And the gore in this movie, there's none of the gory. It's just a terrible wooden shitty movie. There's nothing going on for this movie. Even top, this girl goes and blows, Jason's head. Yeah, she blows his head to pieces. His head gets blown. But suddenly he lives once again. I just don't get this film. I mean, he becomes he becomes an Uber Jason. He becomes, and he has like around two eyes. If I remember, Jason had only one eye. This movie has two eyes. It's a shitty outfit, shitty costume Ken Hodder was wearing. His hair sucked. I mean, it just, I don't know what to say about this trashy movie. It was a trashy movie. It was a trashy act. It was a shitty act. And this movie is a piece of garbage, a real piece of trash, a piece of stinker. This movie really stinks so bad. And I'm sorry I have to say that, but I'm not sorry. Fuck this movie. The worst Friday the 13th movie I have ever seen. Unrealistic story, unrealistic acting. The ship design sucked. I mean, how many? They probably wasted like what, $3-4 million for this garbage. I don't like this film. I actually am starting now to hate in this movie. I like this one, hate this one. This movie stinks. This is the worst one. I think that a lot of people say Jason X is the worst one. And I know someone even said Jason X is their favorite. But no one says this is their favorite because it is my favorite Friday the 13th film. Some people say it's a time waster. I'm sorry, it's not a time waster. It's not a time waster, but you have to still watch it if you do reviews. If you're a fan of the franchise, you still have to watch it. Even though it's so god awful, so wooden, so shitty. Kate Hodder's wooden performance, he's wooden. He can't, even the costume, the special effects of Jason sucked in this movie. People are saying how bad it is in part 8. I'm sorry. In part 8, at least, I still can have fun with Jason. This movie has no fun. This movie has nothing. It has nothing going on. You could just smack your head for a few times because that's it. There's no good about it. The acting, the performance is terrible. Even the music by Harry Manfredini cannot save this film. Even the music sucks. I'd rather watch Demolition Man because it's better film. For 1 hour 55 minutes, I can get in the story. It's better acting, better action. This movie tries to have action, but it failed really miserably. It failed. They also did that, I'm just gonna wrote this in the cover. The year is 2045, 455. The place is old Earth, once a shining blue jewel of the galaxy. Old Earth is now a contaminated planet, abandoned for centuries. Yet humans have returned to the deadly place that they once fled, not to live but to research the ancient, lasting artifacts of the biogain civilizations that caused this environmental disaster, and listed as the most recent landing party of intrepid young explorers realize the fate that awaits them. That's actually written on this cover. Yeah, Jason X is rated there. Shitty, god awful movie. I don't like this film. Boring as fuck. I don't think I would have watched this film probably a long, long time. I've seen worse films, but this was the worst one. Well, that's my rant on Jason X. The reason why it's not longer review or longer video, well, because it was so forgettable. I did not even bother to research or to write down about the film. I didn't give a fuck about this film. You know, that's one of the reasons why it's so low, because I mean so short, and that's the one of the reasons why I don't want to talk about this movie anymore, because it was boring. I didn't care about the space, I didn't care about the galaxy. I mean, sci-fi and horror does not work. They tried Alien Convenient. That movie is also sad. That movie to me is worse than Jason X. Both of the movies suck in my opinion. They have an Alien franchise, but even his machete. Even this machete sucks. This is actually Uber Jason. He sucks. I hated his mask, his metal mask. I hated it when this girl, she was firing at him. Or nothing happened to him because all the bullets were just like a magnet to him. It just. Fuck this movie, man. Fuck this boring, lame, forgettable, shitty, god awful movie. I'm done with this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck Jason X. Some people like it. I don't. I'm sorry. It's just. Anyway, I'm done. Have a good night. I'm out. Peace. Take care. Bye.